We just had a special election down in Georgia where the establishment, the anointed candidate, lost to a movement conservative. We should challenge these people and build the movement and flex our muscles. Right now, you know, I'm afraid that we may not be a paper tiger, but we don't have the strength and the resources that we need to affect public policy in the way that we all want to. So let's go back and focus on our conservative issues. And don't have to do all of them, just do one. If immigration is your issue, fine. If the pro-life issue is your passion, focus on that. Whatever your passion is, focus on that. Get involved supporting candidates who agree with you. Start a blog site, start an organization, a postal supported organization or an internet organization. There are many, many things that you can be doing out there to advance the agenda of the conservative cause.
Ron Paul very memorably in a recent debate said the most pressing moral issue in American politics is the doctrine of preemptive war. I know the American Conservative magazine position on that, and I've been following it. On foreign policy, the basic issue seems to be preemptive war. How might conservatives rally on this issue, and why?
Well, you know, I don't exactly agree with Ron Paul's take on that. I think that I ascribe to just war theory, which I think is best explained by the Roman Catholic Church, actually, and by Roman Catholic saints like St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas, who wrote about it. And I don't think, strictly speaking, you can say that just war requires that a war be an act of self-defense. You cannot, an offensive war cannot be a just war. It also has to be a last resort. And it also has to have a good possibility of succeeding and cannot be anticipated rationally to cause more damage than it averts. But I don't think you look at those conditions and can necessarily rule out that a preemptive strike is justified to defend your country. And in fact, if you look at the debate at the Constitutional Convention, when the war power was suggested in the draft, it said Congress shall have the power to make war, which was the exact language which was in the Articles of Confederation, because there really wasn't an executive branch in the Articles of Confederation. And Charles Pinckney from South Carolina said, well, wait a minute, the Congress may be too slow. So they debated it, and they decided they would say Congress shall have the power to declare war, leaving to the President the power to repel a sudden attack. And a concrete example of a legitimate use of that power, I think, is when Ronald Reagan went into Grenada when there were hundreds of American medical students there who were virtually in a hostage situation and could have been killed. Now, Reagan had alternative motives. He also wanted to stop the Soviets from controlling an air base there that could have launched long-range bombers in the United States. That was serendipitous. He had a legitimate constitutional reason as president for unilaterally going in. That was preemptive. It was moral. It was in keeping with just war theory. It was limited. It worked. It averted more damage than it caused. And it even wasn't authorized by Congress. And I think that's one of the very rare incidents where a president actually could do that without authorization of Congress. So I disagree a little bit with Ron Paul.